Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on. It depends on what time you get to watch this. It's me, Dylan. If you're first time to the channel, thank you so much. Give a like. It's free. If you're regular, then welcome. Thank you again. You have no idea, guys, how happy I am whenever I get a new subscriber because I get to share the word. I'm a bit jumpy today. Maybe it's the coffee. But anyway, just to give you a few updates before I jump into why I'm coming up with this video. Just a couple of updates. If I have like some Cisco Spark or anybody who has experience with Cisco Spark, can anybody tell me? Last year, I applied for as a Cisco Spark ambassador. My understanding is you need to go through the course, take the test, then once you pass, you become one of the ambassadors. But for some reason, well, I did start. I went through a couple of chapters, if that's what you call it. The sun is affecting the video. Went through a couple of chapters, did a couple of quizzes, but I never finished the course. And for some reason, a couple of months later, I checked my email and I received, "Welcome, coming from Spark accreditation. I am now apparently a Spark ambassador." So I don't know if that's because, I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if, okay, he registered. Regardless if he finished the course, let's just give it to him, or somebody in the company actually enrolled me to it. I'm not sure. But that's a weird thing. So anybody who has experience on that, so just let me know. Put a comment or PM me. It's just weird. As I mentioned during my last video, CyberOps has started. I'm going to be honest with you. Since the last video, I haven't touched the course. Due to an excuse. Yeah, I've started. CCIE prep has gone full swing. Did I mention? I'm trying to remember if I mentioned that I will be attending the Narvik boot camp in Sydney this year, 2018. So looking forward to that. I get to meet the person who wrote the CCIE books for RNS Narvik. So looking forward to that. I'll even make a video, my review on the course once. I'll try to make a video while I'm there. Cisco Live is coming up, so I'm still waiting for my company to see if I get to go there again this year. But anyway, so the reason I'm making this video is because I'm reminded of a story. Back in high school, we had this assignment, and the subject was physical education, PE. Okay, and we were asked to create a report, hand in a report about the history of basketball, as far as I remember. So we were given a week. So the day came when we had to submit the report. We were in class, and me, being the typical teenager who waited until the last moment, I didn't get to do the report. So during class, well, my classmates were handing over the reports. You have to print it out. Unlike these days where you just have to email them. email your assignments. Back then, I remember back then. So back then, we had to print it out. We had to give it to the teacher. And me, instead of printing it out, actually doing the report, you know what I did? I actually brought the book. I brought the encyclopedia. Again, this is old school encyclopedia. If you don't know about it, Google it. It's a collection of books. It's like a reference material. So it's there. I brought the book. So the teacher asked me, why did you, where's your report? And I said, well, I didn't get to have the time to do it, but I have the book with me, which means I have the intent. Remember that word, intent. I have the intent of doing it. So of course, the teacher said, like, I don't need your book. I need the report itself. That's the whole point of making the report. You actually have to do something, do your research. Fast forward a couple of years, maybe like, I don't know, more than 5 years later. I was in this IT class, and I think the subject was server. We were talking, yeah, the class was about Windows 2012 R2, and I will admit I'm not really a systems guy. I'm more into Cisco back in school. So most of my friends, they love their servers, and they finish ahead of me, and they wanted to go, and it's like, hang on, let me finish this. And they wanted to go, and so they called the teacher or the instructor, and they had their work checked. So I called the instructor as well. I wasn't done. And I told him, okay, so this is what I finished, but I'm telling you the next steps that I will be doing. I will be doing this. I'll be creating the password. I don't know if those were like the exact steps. And for some reason, he said, yep, that's good enough. You may go, and you pass. So the reason I'm telling you this is basically my topic is about intent. There's a huge difference between intent. When you say intent, this is your intention, you know. Intention without action is just words. I'm also reminded of one of the things I get to do at work is some of the, well, we are all required to write weekly reports, and some of the guys that I manage, I get to read their reports, and you can actually, you know, you can actually see the difference between a report, or sorry, an intent, and somebody who's actually doing something about it. I'm also reminded of this quote by Brian Tracy, where it says, you have to be result driven. You need to know the difference between results and activities, because you may be busy doing something, but it may not lead you to the result that you need to do. People think that busyness is actually a good thing, right? You know, you can watch YouTube videos while at work, and you can still call that being busy, right? You can spend your day reading emails of other people, just trying to, you can spend hours just surfing the web, and that's, you know, you're being busy, but it doesn't end up in the results that you wanted. So it's pretty much the same as, for most of you guys or us who are in this journey of certification. It's just not enough to just say it out there, that I will be part of my, especially now, it's beginning of the year. A lot of people, they make their New Year's resolution, like this year I'll be more healthy, I'm gonna start on a diet, I'm gonna go to the gym more often. But if you say it, that's just on the intent point, that's the intent stage. You just have to follow it through. But to be fair, that's actually a good thing, because you actually did something. That is step one, to have that intent. And now the crucial part there is moving into step two, or maybe stage two, which is actually doing something about it. You do not just bring the book, just like what I did back in high school. You don't just bring the book and tell your teacher that, but my intention was, to do it later, which I didn't do. But the intention was there, but it wasn't good enough. It did not lead me anywhere. So same goes to all of us. We may start telling everybody that I plan to take the CCNA, routing and switching. I plan to take the security. But if we do not follow that up with concrete action, like I'm gonna read, let's say 10 pages a night, or I'll be doing labs at least once a week. So do something that will bring you closer to your goal. It's not enough to just saying it, right? So with that, it's just sometimes I figured, or sometimes I would reflect, should I talk about intent and action? It seems common sense. But then I realize common sense is not really common at all. Recently, I've been noticing that. So just thinking, I want to share that thought with you. I have posted like a couple of how-tos. You might want to check that out, because it's been a while since I posted. Instead of you seeing my face, I'm doing a video capture of my PC. So if you want to learn more stuff about networking, about Cisco, just let me know. I'll try my best. You might also be asking, Dylan, how come you're not posting more videos? It's because I am a working person. I'm not saying those guys who are posting so much videos, they have so much more time in their hands. Maybe that's true. But for me, this is like a secondary task, or like third in line, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Because as you know, if you're familiar with the channel, so I work as a senior network engineer. Then sometimes that goes beyond 5 p.m. It goes at night, and I find time to study and prep for my own certification. That's why if I'm doing a video, I'm doing it while I'm driving, since I'm just, it's a long drive to work, like an hour. So might as well be with you guys, share my thoughts, and we can have this exchange. Hopefully I'm motivating you guys, and you're motivating me as well with your likes, with your comments. By the way, I do have a blog. It's running-config.net. So let me repeat that again. I'll put that in the notes. It's running config.net. It used to be running config.com, but for some reason it's my fault. I forgot to renew it. Somebody took it away from me, so I'm stuck with that one. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna leave you with this parting thoughts. Always remember, guys, keep on studying, be a lifelong learner, and you have to trust me on this one. Take my word. Everything else, you can doubt. You have that option. But believe me, keep on studying, be a lifelong learner. It's so worth it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until the next video.